already know what time it is, man. I am back out here with another video. Y'all see the title, you already know what time it is, bro. What's good, y'all, man? It's that boy Dilly back out here with another video, man. As y'all can see by the title below today. I'm finally back, bro. Thank y'all for 3K. I'm gonna go ahead and say that off rip, bro. Shit been going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, man, y'all see the title. Y'all see what we are reacting to. We are reacting to the disaster of Travis Scott's record label. I was discussing this when I did the Sofago Pink Hearts live stream, bro. Like, make sure you come out to the streams. I stream every time somebody release an album. I might end up just streaming every Friday. I don't know. I've really been enjoying the streams, but I was discussing this. I was like, bro, it's all Travis Scott's fault. This album could have been way better if it was released at the right time. Plus, they released songs that was the best. They released the best songs off the album. You had Hell Yeah, Blitz V2. Then you released the album and it was just like, it was mid. I'm gonna be honest, it was mid. But turns out it only sold 7K. You're a part of Cactus Jack. Bro, Travis Scott is pushing you to the moon abnormally. We already discussed this. Listen, if you was in the live stream, spam it in the chat. BBL gang, I ain't gonna lie. But hey, man, I ain't even gonna waste your time. We have it straight into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you new. You feel me? I ain't even gonna waste y'all time. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, man, here we go. The disaster of Travis Scott record label. 14 minutes, 45 seconds. Let's get into it.
What's poppin', y'all? Travis Scott's record label, Cactus Jack, has been having a terrible week, littered with poorly performing albums, alleged fake views by the millions to one of his artists, and the last one releasing, but I wouldn't have known about it had I not been working on this video. Cactus Jack was started by Travis Scott in 2017 as his own label to sign artists and producers. We're going to focus specifically on artists for the sake of this video. The first attempted signee, while we haven't gotten whether or not it was actual paperwork involved, was none other than Smoke Perp. He was in the studio with Travis Scott.
I forgot about that.
Song with the Travis Scott feature called Fingers Blue, but he would soon be outcasted when Travis signed the first person he genuinely claimed brought out as openers to his shows and festivals and more, that being Sheck Wes. Sheck Wes was signed in early 2018 while Mo Bamba was taking off by Cactus Jack, Good Music, and Interscope. This is where things need some simplifying. All of Cactus Jack's signees, while on the same label and underneath Travis Scott, are on different labels at the same time. Cactus Jack isn't an actual label that has a direct deal with distribution for all of its artists, or with its own distribution. Similar to Quality Control, who Lil Baby, the Migos, and Yachty are on, they team up with Motown and have an exclusive deal for all of their artists to be distributed through Motown.
I didn't even know that.
Cactus Jack doesn't have an exclusive distro deal with any label. So Sheck Wes was jointly signed to Good Music and Cactus Jack, but they opted to have him distributed and supported by the major label Atlantic Records. This is important.
I was just discussing this in the last video, bro. If you an artist, do not go to Atlantic.
And when we get to other individuals later. This was largely a success. For several months, Sheck Wes continued on a sky-high upward trajectory, announcing his debut album Mud Boy, slated for release in October of 2018. This was the lead-up to the release of Travis Scott's highly anticipated Astroworld album, during which he signed Houston rapper and artist Don Toliver to Cactus Jack, distributed through Atlantic Records.
That's the issue.
This wasn't announced until after Astroworld released, with hidden vocals and feature from Don Toliver on the song Can't Say, that had fans in a storm of wonder and curiosity who the hell this new person was. Don was pretty much nobody at this time, and this grew his stock in anticipation for what would come next. Sheck Wes would also be featured as vocals on the song No Bystanders. He would release his album Mud Boy that didn't sell much, but was received decently by his niche fans. Travis Scott now had a solid core around him. Don Toliver had a breakout year in 2019, capitalizing excellently on his hype through the release of single after single, but eventually what would take off would be his song No Idea. Sheck Wes had a good look being placed on the DJ Snake song Enzo, featuring alongside Offset, 21 Savage, and Gucci Mane, but the rest of his releases in 2019 didn't do much of anything. Sadio Mane, a song honoring his homeland's hero football player, still sitting at 1.5 million streams. Years later, 3 years more, Losing My Mind is now sitting at over 5.6, which isn't bad.
That ain't bad.
And YKTS, or You Know the Scouts, at nearly 10 million, which wouldn't be bad if he was consistently releasing, but these are sporadic. But none of these songs really ever made any dent or impact on an audience outside of Sheck West fans, some who may not have even heard of a song like Sadio Mane. But that was okay. He had bought plenty of time after dropping a smash hit like Mo Bamba.
Listen, Mo Bamba gonna hit every fucking year. It don't matter, bro. Mo Bamba is that song, bro.
And there would be a big announcement coming soon. The first official Cactus Jack project.
I remember that.
Jack Boys. This would drop in January of 2020 with features from Sheck West, Don
Smoke was on there,
Toliver,
wasn't he?
Pop Smoke,
Yeah.
and more frequent collaborators of Travis Scott like Lil Baby, Quavo, Offset, and Young Thug. This was well received both the music and commercially, selling 154K in the first week.
That shit was hard.
It built up the hype for the release of Don Toliver's debut album, Heaven or Hell, in March. That would feature both Cactus Jack members Travis Scott and Sheck West, among other mainstream features, selling around 44K first week and spawning multiple hits after No Idea,
that's good as
one
hell.
of which being After Party, Cardigan, and Had Enough, through the help of TikTok. Don Toliver solidified himself as the main character on Cactus Jack
40K?
after Travis Scott.
First
while
album?
Sheck West took more of a supporting role, pretty much falling to the wayside at this point. In February of 2021, a new rapper would be added to the list at Cactus
Let's go,
Jack.
Fago.
Fago. He was a product of the new age SoundCloud rappers with a hit on TikTok, Knock Knock, taking off and was scooped up underneath Travis Scott. His
like
fans
that.
were excitedly awaiting his upcoming album, Pink Hearts, that was announced, but wouldn't be released until November 11th, 2022.
Bro.
Fans were exhausted by waiting.
Like, bro, that's the thing, bro. People gonna get tired of waiting. Like, these artists gotta understand, like, when something is red hot, drop it, bro. When something is red hot, you gotta drop it at its peak, bro. Cause if 2 years go down the line and it's still not dropped, Uzi, even though Uzi, he got that fan base where he can do that, and Cardi as well, but like with these new artists, you can't be doing that, bro. You gotta drop music.
During this time frame, his underground rival Yeet had went from
That nigga
very
Yeet,
small.
Yeet
way
is one of the
smaller than
biggest
Sofago.
artists in the world
Blown
right now.
up, had multiple hits go viral, lap Sofago twice, if not 3 times, and sell over 36K with his debut album. Expectations were high.
He was like on the top 10 list for most Spotify streams this year.
Time to release his project,
He
would fall short commercially, failing to chart on the Billboard 200 albums charts of that week, meaning he sold underneath 7K and likely in the 5K range.
That's wild.
This led to an army of Sofago fans and underground fans alike clowning him for waiting so long to release when they were begging.
It's not
him
his
to
fault,
drop,
though.
While
It's
his
not his
hype
fault.
was much higher in
It's not his fault,
2021.
though. It wasn't
You
his
even
fault.
saw quotes like Sofago escaped the underground just to come right back. Sofago's manager, Barry Hefner, would respond, saying that Sofago was independent. Yeah, bruh, he's fully indie. Never signed to a major. This album came out through STEM, indie distribution. He's just with Cactus Jack, and he's their only indie artist. Apple just loved Sofago and want to highlight him and what he was doing as an indie artist. Look, we're honest over here. This is true, but there is some embellishment of what's going on.
Yeah.
Remember when I said that Cactus Jack is a label that teams up with another to distribute? That's the case here. He signed to Cactus Jack, but they haven't distributed him with a major label yet or signed with one. They did it through an independent distributor, which limits the reach that his album would get otherwise. Or if we're talking Don Toliver, the fishy views that he would get otherwise from Atlantic. So he is indie on a technicality, but I definitely don't believe that Apple just wanted to highlight him because they like what he's doing as an indie artist.
Travis Scott pushed him to the moon.
No, it involves who's managing him, who his manager knows, his affiliation with Travis Scott, and many other elements that contribute to a look like that. Sofago would eventually cave into the comments and post on his alternate Instagram account saying the following: "Rather cut all you fake-ass half-supporters loose and rock with the people who really mess with me. My fan base only gonna get stronger over the years. I'm already up financially. I don't need y'all. I just need my fans. I don't need critics telling me how to live my life or make my music. You go make $1 million then, since you know so much.
It's not even about the money, bro. Niggas care about the music. Cool, you got your money, cool. But it's like, bro, if you can't take the criticism, what are you doing this for? And so, Fago, I fuck with you heavy, bro. But it's like that album was mid. I can admit it. As a fan, it was mid.
A fan responds, you make it hard to be a fan, bro. To which Sofago says, then don't be one. I don't speak much anymore because I know how you niggas like to flip narratives and play dumb like you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm only gonna get greater and greater, and my haters gonna get sadder. Pick a side. You gonna be a supporter or a hater? Well, with the commercial results of this album, it looks like his haters were the one that went up. What is it that Sofago wanted? These people were genuinely fans of his, and they're voicing their frustration.
Yeah.
They waited almost 2 years, maybe even more.
Waited 2 years for an album that was
sold poorly because
it's not even about the sales, bro. It just wasn't.
Perhaps there are
it wasn't what we
reasons for why
expected
you
it to
weren't
be.
able to do that, which I don't believe is the case. I think it was Sofago holding himself back. They're frustrated and voicing their frustration because they want you to win. I dislike when certain artists want fans to just blindly follow, obey, and support any and every decision that
Exactly.
they make. This is very,
and that's the issue. You want your fans to be like, oh yeah, it's everything they release hard as hell. No. A real fan gonna tell you how it is. That's what a real fan is, bro.
very Kid Cudi-esque behavior. And it's understandable for Sofago. He's young.
Yeah.
He's new to the game. And this is likely
about my
the
age,
first
ain't he?
wave of hate he's ever gotten. And used to people just saying he's an amazing artist, he's next up, etc., etc. It's hard for them to be a fan because when they're trying to support you on social media, they're getting clowned by other fans of artists who are your peers or competitors or even supposed to be beneath you in popularity. Like, imagine being a Sofago active fan on Twitter. It must be hell the past month.
Man, what?
Opium fans, Playboy Cardi, are clowning you because you're getting almost no new music, while Ken Carson and
he should have signed to Opium. Opium would have been fine with
so you go
Sofago.
up and
I ain't gonna
say,
lie.
don't worry, watch what Sofago does on the charts when he finally does drop. And when Sofago drops, you fail to even chart higher than the rappers who were consistently releasing that are
Yikes.
supposedly underground.
Yikes.
So your fans have zero ammo to defend themselves with now. I just think Sofago is so self-absorbed, not an insult. The majority of artists are this way. To even think about how his fans feel, which isn't a fair exchange. They're going to war for you every day on the digital battlefield, and their generals leaving them without direction, food, or weapons.
I see what he's saying.
I sent out a tweet saying
Twitter is
Sofago's
toxic.
album sales are proof that Playboy Cardi co-sign is stronger than Travis Scott's. While I will not walk this back, I do want to contextualize.
I ain't gonna lie.
Playboy Cardi stands are very cult-like.
Yes.
And much smaller than Travis Scott fans.
Yes.
Despite him not having done a feature publicly for any of his artists or had them appear on any of his projects or songs, Playboy Cardi that is, they accumulated a strong base of listeners.
Bro, it's the fact that I spoke about all this stuff, bro. I spoke about all this. Opium is the label to go to, bro. And I like that they only have 3 artists. Homicide Gang, Ken Carson, and then they got Destroy Lonely, bro. This man, Playboy Cardi, didn't feature. He has songs. He has a song with Homicide Gang, but that's not getting released. You feel me? He hasn't featured on none of these niggas' songs at all. He letting them eat. Now, if it is true that Sofago is basically in control of his own music when it comes to him dropping and shit like that, then I say it's on him that he drops a mid. I'm gonna be honest. You should have just capitalized on it when it was at its peak and niggas wanted the album. You feel me? But you waited 2 years, bro. And even the 2 years, it wasn't what we expected it to be, bro.
Travis Scott is such a bigger brand.
My bad for pausing a lot,
artist,
but
and
it's one of those videos.
such a
bro.
wider range of fans that he needs to do something public to make his cosign official. That isn't just signing someone or being seen in a photo with them on Fashion Week. Sofago, unlike Don Toliver, didn't have a rollout with a feature on a Travis Scott album. He did come in with his own hit, which Don Toliver didn't, but I'm willing to say that his Cactus Jack cosign has yet to do much for him, which is why we should cut him some slack for the commercial performance. I listened to his project Pink Hearts and thought it was solid. Similar to what I predicted when I said he was definitely going to polish up his music to prepare it for more mainstream listeners.
Yeah.
Everything sounded...
The album was very mainstream, yeah.
Was it worth the wait?
No.
I can't be the one to answer that because I wasn't anticipating it.
Definitely wasn't worth the wait. No.
Don Toliver, however, was shaking things up when it came out that his new music video had very suspicious views. I did an entire video on Atlantic Records and their fake view allegations that you can check out on the top right cards or the description comments.
Don't do it.
But to sum it up, comments filled with bots, almost nothing but bots, 7.1 million views on the first day, 7.8 the second day, and pretty much no views have increased since then. Well over a week. Nobody was really paying attention to this release or talking about it other than the allegations regarding the views. As an artist who, allegedly now we must take it into question, sold 71,000 copies with his last album, Life of a Don.
Them he did?
These are horrific numbers and allegations. Who knows what his future will look like now? Sheck West has decided to drop some releases. He actually released a song on December 1st that I would not have known about if I wasn't.
Life of a Don was a pretty good album.
The song is titled Pain. Go check it out if you would like. Me personally, there has been zero development in Sheck West music since 2018.
Oh, God.
And this song is evidence of that. He released another song, LFG, on October 28th that is still yet to even crack 500,000 streams on Spotify, despite rolling that song out with an Aiden Ross stream to over 100,000 people watching concurrently. Is it fair to say that it's over for Sheck West as a solo career? It doesn't seem like he really cares much with his lack of output the past 3 years.
Okay, so he is in Stick with J. Cole, Kenny Mason, and JID. When I saw him on the song, I was like, what the fuck is he doing on this song? Because it made no sense to me for Sheck West to be on a song with Kenny Mason, JID, and J. Cole. I was just like, it just don't make sense.
He has a timeless
That's how I
hit with
felt.
Mobamba that he can always perform. But we'll have to see whether or not he shows up on potentially the next Cactus Jack project, which we have no notice of, or Utopia to be certain. One thing is for sure is the PR and image of Travis Scott's Cactus Jack looks terrible the past 2 weeks. He has to be cognizant of this and taking steps or adjusting steps to mend this damage to the brand. If anyone was faking views, it would be Atlantic, not Travis Scott.
Yeah.
But the brand is Cactus Jack, so it soils that, and that is what people associate Don Toliver with, Cactus Jack, not Atlantic Records. Sheck West seems to be nearly forgotten about by most Cactus Jack fans and doesn't really have any
I forgot that he was talking about Cactus Jack.
However, Sofago, who once said something along the lines of, stop calling him underground, he took over and is now onto the mainstream. Well, if you're in the mainstream, you're going to need to put up numbers, hits, or both. It's nowhere near over for him. It's still the beginning. But if he takes another 2-year break before releasing again, it's most definitely lights out.
Listen, like I said, bro, you can't be taking no break. Bro, you're not big enough to be taking a 2-year break and dropping an album that didn't live up to the hype, bro. I'm a Sofago fan, bro. I've been reacting to this nigga. I've been saying, bro, got potential, this and that, bro. But you made us wait 2 years for an album, right? And it wasn't all that. Real fans gonna tell you how it is. The fake ones, they the main ones that's just gonna tell you it's fire. They're not gonna tell you if you got a trash song, bro. The whole thing with the fake streams, go watch my previous video. I'm not explaining none of that. I already explained it. I already went through it. So if you want to go watch the video that I reacted to Blackie Speaks discussing the whole Don Toliver situation, you can go watch that. You can also go watch the Sofago album reaction where I explained everything that's covered in this video at the end with Opium, how they're doing so good. And then you got Cactus Jack where it's just like, I don't know. But Amen W video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. You feel me? More videos coming, some more content coming. So y'all know what time it is, man. It's been your boy. that boy Deli. I'm gone, man.